Worker burnout is real, and during this pandemic, it has only gotten worse. Millions of Americans have now quit their jobs as part of the Great Resignation.
We're talking about a survey from career site Indeed. They found more than half of the workers saying they felt burnt out, and more than 2/3 of them saying they felt like it got worse throughout the pandemic. Houston's only TV health reporter Haley Hernandez joins us live here in the studio with the increase that we're seeing with this mental health issue. Haley?
You know what, guys? In the second half of 2021 alone, the second half, 20 million people left their jobs. Now, symptoms of burnout include feeling tired, irritable, cynical, frustrated, impatient. What it boils down to is there's a mental health crisis running parallel to the COVID pandemic.
We're tired. We're exhausted.
We're all taking care of more patients than we ever have.
There's no doubt healthcare workers are feeling the burn of burnout, but what's being dubbed the Great Resignation has its grips on almost every industry.
But what about people who work in grocery stores or other places that are retail customer focused, who are having to constantly navigate and manage people wearing their masks, fitting in with the policy of the store, and really having to interact with people on a regular basis because they can't work from home?
Carrie Horwell with Menninger Clinic tells me the pandemic is to blame because it's required employees to stretch in unprecedented ways, sometimes picking up slack from coworkers who are sick or quitting, and on top of changing childcare scenarios. A study from UTMB says more women are turning to psychiatric drugs in part because of that.
Being asked in their jobs and in their family lives to stretch in ways that are not normal. And there's always been this sort of perspective that it'll only be for a while. It's only because of the pandemic. And as we're approaching 2 years of this, it's starting to really impact people's ability to maintain such a pace.
Her recommendation for dealing with burnout without quitting your job is set limits working from home. Don't work after hours. That includes checking emails. Take vacation time that's allotted. And make time for happy hours or lunch with coworkers to connect. Also, share when you're struggling and tell employers when you're at your limit. And for employers, she suggests
having some level of appreciation and letting your workers know, we know this is hard, that can go miles.
So we've heard a lot about self-care during the pandemic: exercise, stay hydrated, sleep. And Horrell says those tips are important, but the workforce is experiencing a more intense stress right now. So one session of those things isn't going to cure everything. Instead, you need to set time for self-care and prioritize it regularly. You may also need to find a therapist, and finding one may not come easy. So I'm putting her tips to find the right fit for therapy on our website, click2houston.com. Guys, it was part of our interview that I couldn't include in this, so check it out on click2houston.com.